I literally just started the game. New items unlocked in the gallery. Okay. I guess before I get started on this, we may as well check out what... This gallery section contains spoilers. Oh, never mind. Fuck that. First off, evil. Oh, by the way, you unlocked some new stuff. Oh, by the way, if you go in this section to check out the new stuff you unlocked, you might get spoiled. Okay, fine. I guess I just won't check out the extra stuff. Thank you, I guess. Okay. All right. Episode 2, The Captive Turnabout. Ooh, prison. I think. A bell? Oh. Oh. Hey, what? Somebody killed Knight? Excuse me? What? Whoa! Whoa! Oh, that's messed up. Oh! Holy shit, that's messed up. Okay, so Mr. Knight's dead. Cool. Here I was gonna make compliments about him being a pretty damn good first villain, wondering if he's gonna show up again. Be careful what you wish for, apparently.
Still no sign of them, huh?
Yeah. How long do they intend to keep us waiting?
Now, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm sure the guard will bring him in any second now.
The killing of Bastion Rook. It's been 2 days since the incident at the park, and today we're paying a visit to the detention center. Our aim, of course, is to interview Bronco Knight, who's been charged with the murder. His trial is due to start tomorrow, and I am to be the prosecutor behind the bench.
Oh, yeah.
What's taking so long? You there, what's going on? I don't know, sir. I'll go and check. We've got a situation! It's Knight. He's been killed. What? Killed? In the detention center?
Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. What are you waiting for?
Right. Guard, take us to the scene of the crime at once. Yes, sir. Your life, your... Oh, I saw that thing over there. Your life, your choice. And I'm seeing the photos on the wall. I don't... My God, that man's got a glorious as hell mustache. I don't think I know these people. Also, that's a messed... I don't like dark hallways like that. So it didn't happen in the holding cells. But surely that was where he was being held. What's the holdup? The crime scene's this way. Where are you taking us? Doesn't this door lead to... The prison proper, yes.
You mean those other cells aren't part of the prison?
Not exactly, no. Those are the detention centers holding cells. That's where defendants are kept while they're awaiting trial. The area beyond this door serves a rather different purpose. Yeah, it's where the people who are convicted serve out their time. I suppose you could say it's the last place a great thief should ever want to be. I've unlocked it, sir! Please, follow me! Alright, let's see the scene of the crime. Oh God, there are so many... There are so many things that we ran past, but I really wanted to see. Wait, is that a checkers? Or, wait, no, that's definitely a chest box. That's Knight, all right. But he's dead. How could this have happened? And how did he wind up inside the prison proper? Yeah, why is he supposed to be in the detention? Why was he here? He must have been led here by the culprit. March 27th, 10:32 a.m. Prison workshop.
This is horrible. How did Mr. Knight get himself murdered?
I can hardly believe it myself, but there can be no doubting the evidence of our own eyes.
And what's he doing here? I thought he was being held in the detention center, no?
He was. He must have been. His trial hadn't even begun yet. The law states that until convicted, suspects are to be kept in cells separate from the main prison. Only those who have been found guilty are sent to the prison proper. There's no way Knight should have been in here. Maybe he wandered his way over. No, he should have been in one of the cells. He would not have been able to get out. Unless he had to go to the bathroom, I guess. Okay, good. We already got a map layout here. Okay, so let's see. There's the holding cells. There's the hallway to the detention center. The detention center and the holding cells are connected to the office area, which is connected to this blue room, which is connected to the prisons and cells. And then there's a connecting corridor between all these rooms. So there are two possible pathways from the detention center itself to reach where we are at. The detention center and the prison are separated not only by two heavy doors, but also a lengthy corridor. That would have been a long way to wander, especially for a detainee. Yes, a map. I suppose we'd better take a closer look at Knight's body. We'll need to examine the scene of the crime carefully if we want to get to the bottom of this. From culprit to victim. Damn! If that ain't karmic punishment, I don't know what is. I guess the first thing I would do is... Well, I need to look around here. Wait, is that a whip?
Time to inspect every suspicious looking cranny.
Indeed. This area is too big to take in all at once. Fortunately, I can use right stick to look further up and down. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Looks like a pulley of some kind.
Maybe the prisoners use it for work?
I suppose so, yes.
Okay, so I know you're going to say no, but...
Absolutely not, Kay. You're not permitted to swing on that rope.
Oh, I knew it.
Ugh, I should have known you were being serious. I love, like, this. Okay, first off, this is giving me strong Phoenix and Maya vibes, but in a different way. Phoenix and Maya legitimately just feel like really, really damn good friends and like a found family sort of deal. Even if, you know, some people tend to ship Phoenix. At one point, I used to ship Phoenix with Maya at one point, but not anymore. There's a certain prosecutor I ship him with. But whenever it comes to Edgeworth and Kay, it feels like a father-daughter situation, which I think is actually very fitting, like Edgeworth kind of stepping in as like a father figure for Kay. I mean, he's actively like telling her like, hey, you shouldn't do this, and she'll just pout about it, but she'll listen. You know? Like, sure, he's on the side of the law where like he is trying to uphold it while also trying to instill these views, or at least get Kay to understand, like, you do realize you are breaking the law, right? But he's doing it in a way that feels affectionate, if that makes sense. And then friggin' Gumshoe, that man is just straight up Uncle Gumshoe. She got a dad and an uncle out of this whole arrangement, and I love it. I am all for it.
Weird having something like this in a prison, huh? A cage inside a cage.
Technically, Kay, a prison isn't made up of cages, but cells. Look at America. I mean, what?
What's the difference? No offense, Mr. Edgeworth, but you've gotta look at the basic nature of things more.
Yes, and the basic nature of an investigation is the pursuit of accurate facts and information. Okay, let's look down here. What is this? It looks like one of those whips they use for circus animals. Those tops are rather colorful. Colorful tarps that seem out of place in a room like this. Oh.
They kind of stand out in a room like this, don't they?
They certainly don't look like they belong in a prison.
Look, there's a whip on top of them. You know what that reminds me of, right? Hey, maybe it's actually hers. Maybe she left it here?
Not a chance. She and her whip are attached at the wrist. Trust me. Oh, believe me, I know it. I've been at the receiving end of that thing. There was a rope near Knight's body, too.
Speaking of which, want to see my super stealthy
rope escape trick? Thanks, but I'll let you know when I'm in need of saving. She seems genuinely disappointed. Okay. Cool. Alright. What's this? Oh, God, the extra sprite. I'm sorry, I love the sprite work for this. Sorry. This part of the floor is covered with dirt. You know what that means, sir? Footprints! Too many footprints, unfortunately. We'll need a specialist to identify them. Guess we just gotta wait till forensics gets here. Yes, and in the meantime, if you could refrain from treading all over it. But, sir, you're the one stepping in it. Wouldn't want to slip up and get the old jacket dirty, huh? Good point, Mr. Edgeworth. Thanks. My concern was for the footprints, not your jacket, detective. We're gonna look at everything except for your body, Mr. Knight.
It's a sink.
It doesn't seem to contain any useful clues.
Nope. No whiff of treasure either.
You do know we're not actually looking for treasure, right? What the hell?
What's all the weird equipment?
I'm not sure, but I don't see anything particularly suspicious here.
It smells weird though, kinda musky, like wet fur?
Wait a minute, is this one of those things they use to, like, okay, stupid, this is probably gonna sound incredibly stupid here. Aren't those like two little hoops that you put like the front half and the back half of like a dog, and that holds them in place while you're able to like shower them? Or is that meant for like the more dangerous animals that need to be cleaned or tested or something like that? I don't know, maybe I'm just looking at things weirdly. I didn't know you had such a keen nose.
No, it's nothing special really, except when it comes to sniffing out treasure.
Remind me to seal all my valuables away in airtight containers.
Ooh, a challenge! Sorry. No way, Mr. Edgeworth, I'd never steal any of your stuff.
But you would happily steal someone else's. I'm not sure that's entirely reassuring. Also, no, think about it. Like, again, she cares about Edgeworth enough to where she would not even think about stealing his stuff. Like, just showing there's a level of trust, and I don't know. I just don't these bottles seem a little suspicious? Sorry, I got distracted. But you guys get what I mean, right? Bronco Knight, killed the day before his court date. We'd better take a closer look. Man, you were a fascinating villain, Mr. Bronco Knight, but wait, what the? Isn't that the same color tarp as? It is. This body is partially covered by a dirt-stained top.
And there's a rope on top of it.
Was Knight tied up with the rope somehow? Discovered on top of Knight's body. We should take a look under the sheet as well. Alright, let's see his... Whoa! Oh!
Ah, look at all that red stuff.
Yes, I'd say that's blood. The only place he's bleeding from the looks of it, is his neck, though. So that means that he was not only tied up, but that stuff was wrapped around his neck, which happened to be bleeding profusely. So that tells me that he must have he might have been stabbed, because as far as we're aware, like, the injury was like a crush to his neck or something like that. Because we saw that image of Shelly grabbing him by the neck, and I think that's where the injury came from. Actually, come to think of it, well, you know, I'll probably get a reminder on this as we're playing, but I'm just trying to, I'm trying to think about this stuff.
We should keep looking around. There's bound to be more secrets to uncover, I'm sure of it.
What's that in his hand? There's something on his finger.
Let's take a closer look, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a ring, and an expensive-looking one at that. Was he wearing a ring?
Don't even think about it, Kay.
What? I didn't say anything.
That seems extremely important. Okay, I guess not. Huh? A rubber glove.
Yep, just the one, though.
I should examine it in more detail. Let's see. Ooh, oh! Hold on. Inmate use only. Inmate use only. I guess that means...
that it must be one of the prisoners who is using it, right?
Yes, you would certainly imagine so. Aw, damn, I was hoping there'd be, like, something hidden inside of it, but alright. Wait, why is there blood on that side? The fingers are covered in blood on this side. I think we can safely assume that this glove was dropped sometime after Knight's blood had been spilled. Oh, duh.
We can? How come?
Because had it been on the floor when the pool of blood was forming, then the blood would have flowed around it, but not underneath it.
Oh, meaning there'd only be a band of blood around the edges of the fingers and not all over the backside.
Assuming the glove was discarded after the blood had pooled around the body.
Maybe our murderer ditched it after they did the deed.
It's certainly a possibility. At the very least, whoever it was that dropped it must have seen the body. You there! Yes, sir! Have you seen that glove before? Yes, sir! The prisoners wear them for work! It's strange, though. Prisoners issued with those gloves are under strict orders to keep them in their cells. They aren't allowed to take them out without permission, and we always check. I suppose that would explain why there aren't any other gloves in the workshop. Only one glove was found at the crime scene. Prison-issued equipment are for working inmates, stained with blood and mud. Interesting. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't done looking at it. There's mud all over it.
Maybe the prisoners are making mud pies? I wish I could have joined them. I love making mud pies.
Not anywhere near my crime scene, you're not. Sorry, it was vitally necessary.
Huh? Is that?
Oh, I've seen one of these in your office, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm sure you have, Detective. It's a pocket chess set. The victims, I'd imagine. I mean, probably he did. Wait a minute. Are prisoners even allowed to wait, he's a detainee. Was he even allowed to keep that on his person?
Makes sense. He loved chess, after all.
Yeah, it would have been a good way to pass the time. I'm pretty sure people aren't allowed to have stuff with them. I don't know. I don't know. I've never been to prison. So I don't know the whole procedure here. Then again, I'm pretty sure somebody in the comments will immediately correct me on this because the comments are super duper helpful.
Oh, his neck braces sucked the blood from the hole in his neck.
I would assume that's the cause of death, and that it was probably instantaneous. So just an execution. He wouldn't have even had the chance to cry out for help. And there's a small cut on his scalp, too. Was he struck with something? Maybe he fell and hit his head after he was stabbed in the throat? It's possible, but it's too early to say with any certainty. Kay, you have your camera with you, correct? Could you lend it to the detective so that he can photograph the body?
Sure thing. All yours, Gummy.
Thanks. All right, here we go.
God, I'm sorry. I know we're investigating a body, but the dynamic of Gumshoe, Edgeworth, and Kay is so precious to me, okay? Just let me have this.
His clothes sure are a mess, though, huh? Indeed. They appear to be covered in dirt.
Killed instantly by a stab wound to the throat. So not only did this man have his throat wounded, add insult to injury, he just got stabbed. Damn! There's also a small cut on his scalp from when he suffered a blow to the head. Okay, so I imagine maybe, depending on the order of events, maybe the blow to the head was the first, and then the stab in the throat was the killing blow. The reason I say this is because he probably needed to be dazed, so that way whenever he stabbed him in the throat, there was really no chance of him fighting back. To be, again, killed instantly by a stab wound to the throat. So they needed to daze him to the point where they could actually deliver the killing blow. Because I guarantee that's a neck brace, so they probably had to open up the neck brace just to stab him.
Guess he's like me when it comes to laundry.
It would be a grave error to think that anybody else could be quite like you, Detective. Damn, I kind of want to examine the neck brace, though. Is there any, extra details about that?
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? So, this is what the inside of a prison looks like. Good to know, good to know.
Someone's highly motivated to learn today.
You're just not on top of your game, Mr. Edgeworth. This stuff is important. Gotta be prepared for when the time comes.
Which will never come for me, I must say. Still, I won't discourage you from finding out more. I need to gather a little more information myself. And then use my powers of logic to piece it together. Let's see, can I talk to... This damn theme is basically just Gumshoe's theme at this point, and I love it.
Arrested for murder on the afternoon of the 25th and killed on the morning of the 27th. Talk about instant karma. Never would have thought our perp would turn into a victim himself, though.
Yes, I don't like this at all.
You don't think it was that ice cream guy, do you, sir? Not had seen his face, right? Maybe he couldn't afford to let him live.
Shelley the Killer, you mean? No, if this were his doing, he surely would have left a calling card. Yeah, that's why I didn't even think about assuming that he did it. He has a modus operandi, and if his calling card's not here, then he didn't do it. And besides, Knight isn't the only one who knows what he looks like. We do too.
Oh yeah, and I guess we're still alive, so...
Still, this is a high security facility. I just don't understand how it was even possible.
Guess it makes sense having the detention center and the prison in the same building. Means they can share the visitor's room.
Indeed. It's an unusual design, but it's certainly convenient for anyone visiting.
Yeah, but then why have two different areas in the first place?
For the two different classes of detainees, of course. Those pre-trial and those post-trial. The two facilities may be housed in the same building in this case, but they are actually quite different.
Well, all I know is that they're both cramped and dark, and don't let you leave when you want.
Perhaps spending a night in each would help clarify the differences between them.
No, I'm good, thanks.
You know, just one more thing. If I was actually going to, okay, this is gonna be a little bit of a fun fact. I started thinking about this after I started watching Columbo. I probably would have given a Columbo impression for Gumshoe's voice. I'm just starting to think about how weird that would have been based on the time and place if I'd actually watched Columbo before I ever started Phoenix Wright. All right, logic time. These tops have a pretty distinctive design. In fact...
Is the same design as the bloody tarp around Mr. Knight's body.
Yes. You took the words right out of my mouth.
That'll teach you to be so careless, Mr. Edgeworth. You need to keep your treasures close when there's a great thief around.
I thought you were on sabbatical. Colorful tarp on... Yeah, some of these are being stored in Workshop A. Got it. Not a bad bit of evidence gathering.
Nothing can stop us when we're on the hunt together, right, Gummy?
You betcha! We're unstoppable! A regular 3 musketeers!
Let's not get carried away, Detective. There's one thing we still haven't found.
Huh? What do you mean, sir?
Obviously the murder weapon. What's missing from this crime scene? The murder weapon. I see no sign of a murder weapon anywhere.
You're right! I didn't even think of that!
Come now, Detective. These are basic investigative principles we're talking about here.
Yeah, I guess. Sorry, sir.
Don't worry, Gummy. It hadn't crossed my mind either.
A fact that hardly puts my mind at ease, Kay. Items that could prove even potentially lethal are strictly controlled within a prison. After all, we wouldn't want the inmates getting their hands on them, would we? Which means acquiring a murder weapon would be hard enough, let alone leaving the scene with one.
Oh yeah! Nice thinking, Mr. Edgeworth.
What was the murder weapon? And where has it gone? The answers to these questions may be the keys to figuring out what happened here. Because as far as I'm aware, like, security, whenever it comes to a prison, like, they don't really have a lot of stuff. At least that's what I heard from me, that they don't have a lot of stuff that can be used as murder weapons, but this is Japanifornia, so it's probably a little bit different. Huh. Didn't know the guy had a whole entourage. Who the hell are you? I think I may have found the guy that I should give the Columbo voice to.
Excusez-moi, but this is the scene of the crime, right?
You're...
Wait a second. Are you? No way. Those piercing eyes, that furrowed brow.
Mr. Fender. It has been far too long. Mr. Fender?
I know, right? But even after all this time, I know that deep bow anywhere. And that neckwear, obvious. Manfred von Gamma, the man, the legend. Gotta say, I didn't expect to see you here.
Hold it!
What are you talking about, pal? This is Mr. Edgeworth, not that old geezer.
Detective, please.
Edgeworth! Wow, guess that explains the fresh face. Can't blame a guy for mixing you two up, though. You're the spitting image of the old devil in his day.
I see you haven't changed. How many years has it been?
Man, good question. But who's counting, eh? Been away traveling so long I lost track. You know how it is. But you know what I do remember? You betraying everything you were supposed to stand for.
Whoa! Where did that come from? And who are you, anyway?
This is Eddie Fender.
God damn it! The fucking pun names! Okay.
He's a defense attorney.
Enchanté, as they say. Fender's the name and defending's the game. I'm a bit of an ace attorney.
No.
Detective Dick Gumshoe.
And I'm Kate Faraday. Great thief. I'm on sabbatical at the moment, though.
A great thief? Wow, that's so romantic. Très chic, if you will.
Right? It's nice to finally meet someone who gets it. I'm looking to expand the franchise, actually. I've even made signing up super simple.
Sounds awesome. I'd love to come hang with you guys if you'll have me.
Sorry, I should have also mentioned that it's girls only, and they have to be super fun and super cool. And
Hey, I totally get it. No hard feelings, yeah? Come on, bring it in.
you got to be kidding.
My bad, my bad. I'm just so used to how they do things elsewhere, you know.
And why are you here, Mr. Fender?
Whoops, almost forgot. This is your scene. Keeping the defense out is strategy number 1 in the Von Karma playbook, after all, isn't it?
You have a bone to pick. I can tell.
Hey, quit with all the Von Karma stuff, pal. What gives?
Detective! Calm yourself. His attitude is, unfortunately, understandable.
It is?
I take it you are Mr. Knight's attorney?
Guilty as charged, Your Honor. Well, I was supposed to be anyway.
So he was planning to represent Knight if his client hadn't been murdered. He and I would have faced off against each other in court. I'd better see what he has to say for himself. Yeah, I think I found the voice for this guy. So the victim asked you to represent him.
Sure did. We were supposed to have a little chat today.
As was I. But a guard showed up instead and told us that his body had been found.
I'm as bummed about it as you. Even brought him some weenies to cheer him up.
Is that a squid weenie? I say squid because I say 6, but... Dear God. Mr. Fender, you know you can't bring food into the prison.
Oh yeah, well, it's here now. Want some? Little vice I picked up on my travels, so moreish.
No, thank you.
Fine, you do you. What are you doing here anyhow? Don't tell me you wanted to hear Knight's side. Von Karma was always more of a convict the defendant at all costs guy. He didn't teach you that?
That was a long time ago.
If you say so. Sure you don't want any weenies?
No, thank you! I like this guy. Even though he's kind of being rude to Edgy, he doesn't know the development that Edgeworth has had, so I'll cut him some slack. That and maybe it's just a byproduct of me kind of thinking of Columbo while I'm voicing him. Now I just feel weird. Have you met with your client previously?
Yes indeed, Your Honor. Just yesterday, in fact. The Bronxter called me the minute he was arrested. Sounded really freaked out, man. Oh yeah, mentioned your little performance, too. According to him, you really made a nuisance of yourself.
And not a kind word was spoken, I'm sure. Well, sticks and stones and all that.
Boy, did he not like you. Thrash talked you something fierce. Can't say I didn't join in the fun, though.
Fun? How dare you, Mr. Fender?
Line up, kid. I'm kind of a fixture in the visitor's room here. And I don't think I ever had that much of a gas.
Oh, so you come here a lot.
Hey. Don't go getting the wrong idea, little sis. I'm never on the wrong side of the bars. Just happen to know someone who is. The visitor's room is usually where I'm at, but this isn't exactly my first time in the clink either.
In which case, I'd better ask him what he knows about this room. Okay, what do you know about this room? Tell me, what do you know about the scene of the crime?
Huh? Oh, this room. None, dude. What do you know about it? I'll give you 3 choices.
I'm going to assume it's a recreational room. It's not a morgue. It's not a classroom. So I'm gonna assume a recreation room. Is it a recreation room?
Whoa! I don't even want to know how you spend your spare time, Edgeworth. But I guess there's plenty here you could play with if you used your imagination. Props. Now let's see what the answer key has to say, shall we? Oh, no, you got it wrong. This is actually a workshop.
But the workshop wasn't even an option. So all the options he gave me were wrong. How infantile.
The guns come here to perform various duties. They can learn new skills too, bank some qualifications for when they're back on the street.
I see. And how is access to this room controlled? Who has the key?
Chill out, Edgeworth. I don't have all the answers. My man over there probably does, though. Right, compadre?
Yes, sir. The workshops aren't locked with physical keys. Their doors are fitted with sensors instead. What kind of sensors? Inmates are issued with special bracelets, sir. When they walk through a workshop door, the sensor checks their bracelet. And if they're not supposed to be there, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, an alarm sounds. If they let it ring for too long, then bzz, they get a real shock, if you know what I mean. You put shock collars on your prisoners? That seems a bit much, don't you think? I mean, again, I don't know, but... And if they try to break out or remove the bracelet, bzz, a shock 3 times worse than that.
What? That's brutal!
I guess they need to ensure that the inmates follow the rules, but that sounds a bit excessive. If they wish to pass through a door like this one, prisoners need to be accompanied by a guard. We disable the sensor for them and let them in.
You get all that?
Have any prisoners used this workshop today? No, sir. No one's been in here for days. I'd know if they had. So no prisoners have entered, let alone used this workshop today. Okay. Which means that there's a contradiction in this crime scene. Namely, there's something here that shouldn't be. I'll take another quick look over the crime scene and employ my powers of deduction to solve this mystery. You're interesting, my dude. All right, he won't accept that. Okay.
Alrighty then. Heard the Bronxter was a bit of a chess fiend.
Indeed. Perhaps we might have enjoyed a game had we met under different circumstances.
Sounds like a riot. Not my cup of tea though, really. Too much thinking fries my noggin.
Oh, please. As I recall, I've yet to beat you even once.
Yeah, well, that was a long time ago. Now that you're a big shot prosecutor, I bet I wouldn't stand a chance.
If you say so, Fender, I suppose we can leave it at a stalemate. For now. He never was one to show his hand. Oh, see, now that seemed a little bit healthier.
Huh? For me, you shouldn't have. Always wanted to rock one of these on my lapel. Thanks, you're a star.
I never said I was giving it to you!
I'm just yanking your chain. I've already got a badge of my own, see?
It's the defense attorney badge!
You don't wear your attorney's badge.
Once in a blue moon. Goes nicer with my winter coat as it happens. Guy's gotta dress to impress, know what I mean?
Impress who exactly? Good question. Okay, let's look at the crime scene again. Could this be related to the evidence somehow? Yes, because he doesn't have his bracelet. God! Why? I assumed it would be this arm because, like, the sleeve was, like, cut open and all that. But, ugh.
Where am I looking exactly, Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, around here, somewhere.
You're gonna need to be more specific than that, sir.
There's something present at this crime scene that shouldn't be here. There's something present that shouldn't be here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh! Eureka! The glove, yeah, that's right, the glove shouldn't be here. Duh! Duh!
Ugh. Of course!
Prisoners aren't able to come and go from this workshop as they please. The door sensor would detect their bracelets, and the alarm would sound. What's more, according to the guard, no prisoners were authorized to be in this room at all today. And yet here we have a rubber glove, of the kind issued by inmates, or to inmates. This is a clear contradiction.
So where'd the glove come from, sir?
I don't know, Detective. Not yet, anyway. All I know for now is that the glove is a valuable piece of evidence. Oh! Cool. You, apart from prisoners and guards, who else has access to this room? No one, sir. This is a prison after all. Prisoners and guards aren't pretty much all there is. Mr. Fender?
Come on, don't play us like that, friend. We both know that's not true. You know as well as I do that prisoners and guards aren't the only ones who can come in here.
Huh? Oh, do you mean... But sir, they're... Wait, hold on, what?
I do not like allergies.
What, you don't have a pair of peepers in that hot head of yours? You didn't see them on the way in? Wandering about in the corridors, chilling with the buds. I bet if you moseyed on out of that door right now, you'd trip over one of them before you'd taken a step.
Listen up, pal. We've had just about enough of your baloney.
Take a chill pill, big guy. I'm on your side. You know, for such a wide fella, you have a very narrow mind.
What did you?
Detective!
Sorry, sir.
Look, just follow me, okay? Seeing is believing. Isn't that what they say?